What's up everybody and welcome, this is Carl93 and today we'll be taking a look at the metal robot, Justice Gundam. Before we get to the good stuff, here's everything you're getting with this particular figure. One of the defining design traits of the Justice Gundam is of course, the color scheme. This figure applies an appropriate shade of pink, nothing too bright nor too garish, but just the right amount of paint that'll fit this premium aesthetic. The joints are a silvery die-cast and a generous amount of markings have been applied. Paintwork is sharp in the most minute of details like the eyes, foreheads, and chest vents, and the figure's overall proportions are pretty spot on. Since this is the Metal Robot line, it's not a complete one-to-one to its animation model. It does enough to stay true, but it also doesn't adhere too much with the inconsistencies of its source material. Other than the color, another trait that defines the Justice is the oversized backpack. The Phantom 00 is recreated, and from my angle, it's appropriately oversized. If we compare it to the backpack of the upcoming Metal build, I actually think that Justice's backpack is too wide. It seems to overpower the actual figure. The Justice has no problem carrying the backpack without any external help, and it doesn't even need to lean forward to properly balance. The Phantom 00 also has a special attachment joint so it can plug on the stand, no problem. Articulation starts with a ball-jointed head, movable shoulders, bicep cut, arms go around, double-jointed elbows, waist swivel, thigh cut, double-jointed knees, and articulated ankles. The Phantom 00 also has a bit of articulation and doesn't really get in the way of dynamic posing. Accessories start like they often do with a variety of manipulators. The Justice comes with the usual beam rifle and shield combo. The beam rifle attaches to either of the trigger finger hands and the shield pegs on the forearm with very little resistance. The rifle can be attached to the figure's lower back for some weapon storage. If you want to get a bit more up close and personal, the Justice comes with a pair of beam saber handles. They're stored in the figure's side skirts, attached to saber effect parts, and the Justice is ready to slice and dice. You also get a double-edged beam saber handle. Admittedly, I would have preferred it if we were able to combine the two separate handles over an entirely separate part to achieve this effect. To add even more weapons, the Justice also comes with a pair of beam boomerangs. This option was not previously available with the Robot Damashi release, and honestly, I don't think it's well executed. For starters, you get another separate piece of handles, but in order for a fully immersive experience, you'd have to remove the fake boomerangs on the figure's shoulders to give the illusion that the Gundam is wielding them. It would have been better if the removable pieces themselves were the actual handles, and additionally, the beam boomerang effect parts are too small. It seems far less threatening, and I would have preferred it if they were a bit wider or a bit more exaggerated. And finally, you get a pair of pink panels that attaches to the Phantom 00. This widens the backpack enough so that the Justice Gundam can dock Green Goblin style. A quick size comparison, and here's the Metal Robot Justice next to Robot Spirit's Gundam, Metal Robot Freedom, Metal Robot Providence, and next to Metal Robot Freedom and Metal Robot Providence. Now since I have all three of them out, let's go ahead and rank them. Mind you, I'm ranking the figures and not the Gundams themselves. I would say the best among the bunch is the Metal Robot Providence. It feels really solid and it does a good job in trimming the unnecessary fat. No accessory feels wasted and just an overall great figure. At number 2 is the Metal Robot Justice. I was admittedly a bit nitpicky on the accessories, but all things considered, my complaints were minor on what's otherwise another great offering. That leaves us with number 3, the Metal Robot Freedom. Just by the fact that there's a bit of a learning curve when manipulating the wings. It is a bit of a struggle to pose the wings at first. The Freedom's playability doesn't flow as easily as the other two. Now don't get me wrong, I think none of these figures are bad, quite the opposite actually. It's just that some are better than the others. Now, how does the Metal Robot Justice compare to its Robot Damashi counterpart? Metal Robot's entire MO for pre-existing figures is basically taking that concept, stylize it, add a die-cast frame, give it a fancier coat of paint and markings, maybe add a few accessories to sweeten the deal, and sell it for nearly double the price. Is it worth the upgrade? If the reasons I've outlined seems appealing to you, then go ahead. Otherwise, I'll leave it to your discretion. And that's it for this review, and with the arrival of the metal robot Justice, I can't help but feel a sense of finality for seed coverage in my channel. Unless of course, Bandai announces a metal robot Perfect Strike, or if they're feeling a bit more adventurous, maybe a compatible meteor unit? But who knows? For now, seed coverage is over, and for the next metal robot, let's say we go back to 0.